Yes, sir.
What's up, guys?
Yes.
This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Mzansi. It is Friday, finally, and it's the right time to end the week after this whole Mthoko story is seemingly has come to an end. I'm not sure about the ending. What kind of an ending should we give this? The highly anticipated ending of Advocate Mshololo, which to me perhaps looks more all over at this point in time. And then that begs the question as to say, are we still saying that perhaps this is the person that we should have? I would have liked to finish with the Black Mamba. I would have loved to finish with the Black Mamba.
I think it is
maybe if it's possible for the next one, they should reorganize themselves. We should have Mshololo somewhere in the middle, because I think I'm happy with Ramusipedi from the beginning, and I'm happy with again Ramusipedi being followed by Mnisi. Let us have Mshololo in the mid. Not to say Mshololo is a mediocre, no. I think she is too occupied. That to me was very more like an anticlimax, where you are really about to, and you are expecting something big, like a big bang, and then you get that position. If they could reorganize themselves, let us have the Black Mamba towards the end. It's not long. The man doesn't take long.
No, he doesn't.
The man is straight to the point. Considering that we are told, and from what I'm gathering, is that Mshololo has a company, right?
Yes.
The lawyer's company as an advocate.
Severe attorney.
She's busy. That's why he's been missing some of the court appearances.
She has been missing
and
some
that
of them.
being said, it is not ideal to have that kind of a person at the end, because at the end, if you are setting up your team, you need proper defenders, you need proper strikers. You can have a bit of mix of middle fielders between a weaker and a strong one, but if you have those two, I've seen teams winning games with such structure, strikers and defenders, and just normal middle fielders. This is not what we expected from Mshololo. I didn't expect that from Mshololo. I didn't. It was just yes. Already, I was speaking more against, but I as an advocate, that I've seen some of, perhaps Steve was making Mshololo shine in a sense. Look like Mshololo is this super power person who cuts, but because Tifo has created mess, and here what we have realized is that there is no mess here. People are just poking holes, opening it up. It's up to you how you want to close it. It's either you close it just like rough, or you just close it properly and nice and build up. And that would require you to sit in that court forever without moving. Send your lawyers and the people that work for your company, send them to do your job, and you stay there. You remain in that position. I'm not sure. I don't know. You guys tell me. But for me, what I saw there, it was a straightforward summary, Emil. Did you find any problem in summarizing that?
Not really.
No.
But at the same time, I am very underwhelmed. I thought Advocate Mshololo was going to close this, and it doesn't feel like a closing.
It felt like there's something more to come, right?
Yes, and when she said that's it, I was like, huh? No, it can't be it.
No, I thought it was going to take Monday.
Me too. I thought it was going to take 2 days or something. I'm like, no, it can't be it. No. And then what I also noticed is that she used a lot of Malo's the statements that he was using, but she was more pressing on them more. So I'm also wondering if
there is I think we should
she
now
had enough time to prepare this whole thing.
We should now agree that having a high-pitched voice and putting it
Shouting.
and making someone say, okay, I'm not going to take 1, 2, 3 from the beginning, does not make you a good lawyer. What makes you a good lawyer is how you seem to navigate around a person speaking. Ngumalo, for example,
Yeah.
a man of less words,
Yes.
but he got that man tidying himself up left and right from the beginning. He was just asking all the contradictions, nothing else.
Nothing else.
Nothing
all
else.
the
No
contradictions.
additional, no thumb sucking, no trying to fish there and there. Hence, there was no objection.
Like bringing up his bitterization. I didn't understand why. How is it going to help Mshololo discredit? That confused me. I'm
You
like,
see, if the
why are
idea,
you adding this?
if the idea was to come and say, from Mthoko's point of view, did you talk about this case? That's the first question that I would have asked with Dumelo. And then you say, he would be tempted to say yes.
Yes.
No, he would say no. He'll
You'd
probably say no.
And then Bebazumtola with
Then
that
you start
statement.
then using that statement. So I felt like he started with something that he was supposed to sort of end with in saying, but this is what I'm gathering.
on the statement.
Therefore, you are lying already.
Yes.
You know, but the way it was put, it was more of a memo before you write a paper.
And it gave him Togo time to think.
Yes. Because I can tell you, Mthoko, better than in terms of thinking, navigating this whole thing, I will tell you, he was not prepared properly, but is better than Tumelo.
Tumelo.
Because Tumelo would get more aggressive when he realizes that he cannot answer the question.
Yes.
So Mthoko has a way of making you repeat yourself, get on your nerves in a nice way. Even asking questions, are you enjoying that? I was actually dealt with by the police. Something like that. It gives you time to think. So if you obviously keep on answering that and entertaining that, a person can get you and eventually give you an answer that is going to take him out of any contradiction. So a person like Mthoko would need you to be prepared.
True.
Yes. Already we have established that he's part of the academic people. He has a certain way of thinking already, because that's what academics do. They don't give you wisdom or they don't give you intelligence. No, you have it on your own. But if you can navigate some of the things around education-wise, that means you have a certain way of thinking. So you cannot just come to me sideways, even if I'm not a lawyer. You know, you cannot just come to me sideways. But Emily, let us greet our people and let us get into the gist of what happened there.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. Yes, it's Friday. I'm so happy. So now I'm going to start off at the beginning. The state said that there is a matter that they would like to put on the record. State advocate Judge Baloyi started by telling the court that he wants to make corrections for the record, addressing points that arose from Advocate Nxumalo's cross-examination yesterday. And then the judge asked if you say it relates to the time when Advocate Nxumalo was cross-examining the witness, and then Baloyi said yes. On the statement of Miss Kelly Khumalo, Nxumalo objected, and he says Baloyi should have objected yesterday during his cross-examination.
He's reopening it. He was just literally reopening it. I mean, let's not look at that just in a simple way. And I'm saying this because when Tifo was doing something like that, questions such as where did he study were asked. I mean, is that part of law? Is that how we should deal with
We
evidence after a person cross-examine?
want to cancel.
You want to come and cancel some of the things right away without putting it as an argument or re-examining on it, because he didn't even re-examine at the end towards this thing.
No, he didn't. He didn't bring it up at the re-examination. He said he will bring it up again because Maumela asked if Baloyi can address that
I doubt he's ever
aspect
going to bring it out
during the re-examination or arguments, and Baloyi agreed that he would address it if it pops up again. So in the re-examination, that was an opportunity for him to do that, but he didn't do it.
Yes.
I was waiting for it. I was like, okay, what is he going to scratch out now? What's going to happen? What is it going to twist? But it didn't come, unfortunately. So, yeah, Advocate Mshololo started with her cross-examination today, and she had begun by focusing on the witness' ability to recollect the events of the night. Senzo Meyiwa was murdered. Advocate Mshololo begins. Mr. Twala, I understand that you don't remember most of what happened. Then Twala said yes. Then Maumela also sought clarity on if he does not remember most, because he keeps saying he doesn't remember every time he's cornered in a question. So Judge Maumela is like, I want to understand whether what you say you don't remember, is it most of the things? Then Twala said he would not say so. So Twala said that he will do his best to remember. Okay, and then Advocate Mshololo asked that he pick a language and stick to that language, because she could notice that he speaks both languages, isiZulu and English. And then Twala picked isiZulu. Then Mshololo said, I'm the one asking questions, you answer, you don't ask. Then Twala said, yes, please note that this is also how I speak. Then Mshololo said, are you related to Longwe Twala? Twala said, no. Mshololo asked, are you related to Mr. Chico Twala? Then Twala said, no. Mshololo asked, you confirmed that the incident took place on the 26th of October 2014? And Twala said, yes, I agree. Then she asked, and you have admitted that you were under the influence of alcohol when the incident happened? Then Twala said, yes, I did say I had drunk 2 cans of Hunter's Gold. Then Mshololo shows Twala a picture of a can in an evidence bag. She asked Twala how much time had lapsed between their arrival and the ordeal, and then Twala said 2 hours. Mshololo then asked, when the 2 intruders came in, were you under the influence of alcohol? And then Twala said, yes, we had been drinking. Mshololo asked, you were not the only person drinking on that night, right? Then Twala said, yes. Mshololo asked, how many? Twala said, me, Senzo, Tumelo, Zandi Kumalo, and Kelly Kumalo. The one I'm not sure about is the one who arrived late, who was Longwe Twala. So I would say 5. Then Mshololo asked, you say 5 people were drinking alcohol and all of you had drunk more than it is depicted on that picture. Then Twala said, yes, you are right. Mshololo then said, when you saw the 2 intruders, it was after you had consumed alcohol. Then Twala said, yes. Mshololo asked, and when you looked at the firearm, you looked at it when you were under the influence of alcohol? The state objected to the use of the phrase under the influence of alcohol, saying it could mean 2 different things. It could mean the consumption of alcohol versus the influence of alcohol. Well, I don't know what you thought about that, Mr. Anonymous.
What I thought about that is, if you are going to rely your defense on under certain influence, the first question that you should have established from this guy is that, on average, Mr. Matlala, as a person who consumed these diluted waters, how often would you say you find yourself in under this circumstance when you probably are drunk? Would you say that maybe once, twice a year, 3 times, 4 times in a month, something like that? And on that being said, whether the person says no, probably would like to say, I don't drink a lot, so I get drunk 1 or 2, 3 times a year. Okay, then that means it's easy for you. Would you agree with me that if that is the case, then a person who don't engage in such things a lot, is not a person who gets the blood gets to practice how you actually when you get drunk and whatnot. But on average, then how many bottles would it take you to get drunk? You know, you are established because I seemingly
6-pack,
what he's saying, and I will tell you I don't like the line of questioning, and I will tell you why I don't like it.
Okay.
Because I'm a person who's invested in seeing this case going through. If you are going to rely more on such questions, even 375 is actually being tainted if it was to live to see a day. In a sense that you are saying these people were drunk. They cannot testify or even give a directive. They can actually use that themselves. They can say, no, I was intoxicated. Okay. I don't remember what happened. So I'm worried that I've seen it previously with Tumelo. He tried it again this time. The questions are not that different from Tumelo's questions when it comes to Mshololo. He tried it with Tumelo, and I thought that, okay, maybe the next person is not going to try it. If he's going to try it with Kate, he's going to try it with everyone else. Basically, what we are saying, what we are trying to portray is that these people were under influence. You are even saying it at some point that it was under influence of liquor, which is it can be translated as they were drunk.
Well, to me, I was wondering of maybe she's trying to test the reliability of the witness. I don't know.
Ask yourself why these other advocates and the lawyer and attorney
they
never dwell that much on it.
Because it's going to cancel.
Because this person is giving himself to you. I was not drunk. Take that and fly with it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
From there, he cannot use that weapon. But to me, it felt like you are giving him another weapon that he was not aware of. If he was to say, okay, maybe you are right. Maybe I was drunk a bit. Therefore, that person is no longer a candidate. Now, also, no longer a candidate. He's no longer a candidate to be arrested. Because if he can lie, he would say, I told you I was drunk. I said I was drunk. What I saw under influence of liquor. What do you want me to say?
Especially if it gets to a point where they have to answer if they.
I'm worried about that.
I'm worried about that. Yes,
we are told about the bottles that were hidden, and yes, maybe they were drunk, but they are giving themselves to you and they are presenting themselves to you as people who were not drunk. Take that like they did to these other advocates. Fly with it. Don't try to differentiate, because what is happening now? You have Mshololo camp and this advocates camp. This camp, the line of questioning is sort of in adherence to the first one, from the second one, the third one. Like it. It moves the same direction. It's not seeking to put a narrative in someone's head to say, hey, you were actually drunk. That's why you couldn't see the gun. It's like you asking for an answer, but you're giving it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Mshololo rephrased the question. She asked, did you see any forced entry? Now, this is moving on to the next section. Twala said no.
Crime scene.
And then Mshololo asked, from the hospital, you did not go back to the house. In other words, when the police arrived at the crime scene, you were not there. Then Twala said, yes, I was not there. Mshololo asked, and had you remained at the scene? Is it possible that the police could have taken your blood samples and checked your alcohol consumption? Then Twala said, I wouldn't have waited for the police to come when my friend had been shot. I was rushing my friend to the hospital. And Mshololo said, but had you remained, the police would have been able to conduct further investigation on you. Then Twala said, yes, I hear you. Had you been at the scene, the police would have been able to talk to you the first time they arrived. Twala said, yes, I hear you. The state objected to that. And Mr. Baloy said, Advocate Baloy said, my lord, we are deep in the realm of speculation. Okay, I don't think it's speculation, is what the judge said. That had he remained in the scene,
it's a mixture.
The police would have found him.
Yeah, it has a bit of speculation and it has a bit of fact. because he was not at the scene at the time. You see, he was there for the taking.
How
then
so?
If you were allowed such speculations, a bit of them, I was going to use them in a different perspective. I was going to say, okay, you were not there. You were not there. And what if someone was to come here and say it was you who orchestrated this thing? And then you decided to disappear from the scene. I would take that objection any day, any time. If you object to that, but I'm planting a seed of doubt from this man. It's okay. I would take that objection. I would live with it.
Yeah, the judge.
Because after that, you also have information such as they were fighting with Tumelo with you. If you really structured that information correctly, you are flying. Because that fight, why do you think Tumelo was actually saying, "My Lord, I'm asking this question. I'm putting it to this witness this way because there is a question, my Lord, that I'm going to ask. Why do you think Tumelo felt the need to exclude you from the scene? Why did he say you were not part of the people that were in the car?
Or the house.
And you know for sure that you were in the car. Don't you think, Mr. Twala, that someone somewhere might come and say, actually, the truth of the matter is that you were part of these people? Already, you felt that there are many things that have been said about you. To me, it's saying that you were not part of the people in the car. The question is, where were you, Mr. Twala? Where were you when people were pulling your best friend and taking your best friend to the car and taking that person to the hospital? Where were you, Mr. Twala? Why were you absent? Is it because you were still running, Mr. Twala? I mean, do you think Tumelo, as you said, that he is part of the people that were in a car with? In fact, you have used Tumelo as a person of reference, that he was asked certain questions and you feel that you are aligning to Tumelo. Why is Tumelo differing in particular with that one, that you were not there? Why is he giving that information that you say you were fighting about? Do you think Tumelo was maybe giving us a hint? Maybe if we call him back, he might actually tell us that you were part of the people who caused the problem.
Okay, so the judge said yes, some of it is speculation. Mshololo asked, how do you know that what you saw was a gun? Then Twala said, the manner in which he carried it, I could see it was a firearm. Mshololo then asked, what makes you say that the first intruder had a firearm? Then Twala said, because I saw it.
Yeah.
Mshololo then asked, what is it that you saw? Then Twala said, the way it looked and how he held it.
Okay.
Mshololo then asked, but you can't describe it. Twala said, no, I can't. Mshololo then asked, can I record that you cannot describe it? Twala said, yes, I am unable to describe what type of a firearm, but that it was a firearm, I know. Then Mshololo asked, you know why you can't describe it? Because there was no intruder that entered the house.
You see?
There was no intruder that carried the firearm.
You see?
You have been asked this and struggled with this question, but there was no intruder.
And there was no objection to that, right? When he was putting those speculations, there was no objection to that. That means they could have let her went on with the theory that I'm putting here. You know, if
you're right.
Mshololo has this up, like, sort of, I would say, not favored in a sense, but is the other questions that they would not allow them if it was someone else. Some of them they allowed.
But she can actually do it because we are born now with Judge, like, it's a little bit softer when it comes to her. It's not that hectic. So she could have went in and pressed.
Exactly.
And pushed.
Exactly. There should be objection after objection.
Objection after objection.
It's
You are
okay.
the last one. Why not? You're the last.
Mess this thing up. Be chaotic. Finish in a chaotic way.
Yes.
if the man had to cry, it was okay.
It was okay.
Because you were...
It's the final day, so...
But...
So Twala said, with all due respect, you listen to the arrogance that he had, Twala. It was unbelievable. With all due respect, that's your opinion. Then Mshololo said, there's no person who cannot tell the court that at least I saw a barrel or the back of the gun. Then Twala said, I don't even know what the barrel is, but I saw a gun.
Yeah.
Mshololo then asked, do you know the difference between a real gun and a toy gun? Then Twala said, no, I don't. Advocate Mshololo was taking Twala through the statements that he made the day after the incident happened, where Twala said, the intruder said, my apologies for sensitive viewers, but I'm going to have to say this. For tech, cell phones and money.
Guys, just a reminder, Emily, while you are having that fun about that weight.
No, I have to say it. I have to say it.
It was respected for long.
Yeah.
Please subscribe and like the video. And welcome to Vincent Latrayo. This is where we chill after this case. And this is where we really enjoy and dissect whatever that we can. You are welcome in this group. As long as you are not toxic, we enjoy people coming to this group. Thank you very much for joining us.
Then Mshololo said, when you gave your testimony, you never said that. Then Baloyi objected and said the witness did say he was omitting the expletive. Mshololo then asked, is Futek, cell phones and money, is that Zulu or Sotho? Twala said, no, it's not Zulu.
You see, there is a problem. If I was Mthoko, I was going to say, yes, it is Zulu and Sotho. If you spell it, I was going to spell it as, I mean, the guy from Joburg. I was going to spell it as Futseg, yeah, which is like Futek, not the Afrikaans way.
Yeah.
So that is now justifying Zulu and Sotho.
Manje, the problem.
But he explicitly excluded that part of Futek. And that part is the part that could have actually exonerated him.
True. It would have helped
because
him navigate
I was
a
even
little
going to
bit
go
better.
further and say, yabona Fuseg with Zulu, yilo Fuseg lo
Ubhalwa F-U-S-E-G.
No, with Zulu lo F-U-S-E-K-I. Fuseg. It doesn't have
and then what's
NG.
Sotho ke F-U-T-S-E-K Futek.
You see? No, I was going to put a G on it so that Batong, stuff like that. So I thought it was Sotho. Or it could be paid, it could be anything, but the language that came first because it's predominant is Sotho. That is a proper answer. No one's going to come back and revisit that thing. Why do you choose Sotho? Katlehong is full of Sothos. It's not a secret. Everyone knows.
But it is a mixture.
No, I'm saying, it did say
dominant.
there are Zulus. It's Zulus and Sothos. So that's why I chose Sothos, because of where I come from, which is what the judge was trying to do initially in saying that because he said is associated with and what we
pronunciation and accent.
He tried to associate with, which was true in a sense, but there was no defense as to why, because this man focused on cell phone and money. If he focused on the whole sentence, no, not even the whole sentence. It's not a sentence. It's there.
Including the expletive.
Yeah.
The expletive would have helped him navigate.
Now we can say it because it's gone. He was going to defend himself. You know, he was going to defend himself easily with no one coming back to them. Because that Futek that you would have even spelled, that's it. It's done.
Then, is it Sotho? Twala said, no, it's not. Mshololo went back to the language the alleged intruders used. Mshololo said there is no language called Zulu Sotho. Twala said, if you could wait for me to explain, a Zulu by someone from Umlazi and a Zulu by someone from Katlehong and a Zulu by someone from Kandla is not the same. Now this is where I wished Mshololo would have grilled him some more, especially about him being able to tell by the accent that someone is Zulu or Sotho based on how they say cell phones and money.
You know what I think?
In English.
You know what I think? It went wrong. You know when in class you are told that you must use I am, and then when you use am at the end. And you cannot explain why you're using M because there's no I.
Yes.
You know? So what happened, I feel like maybe tech was incorporated there and he should have hammered more on it, but I think he kind of remembered the last part, cell phones, and then you cannot justify cell phone and money. You cannot justify
in
that
English
without having that initial word that we kept on calling
in English, and I was gonna even take it far and say pick a random person and say cell phones and money, and then they would say cell phones and money. I'm like, Mr. Twala, can you tell us what African home language this person speaks? Since you are a linguistics expert.
Exactly.
You know, and then he would guess, and then when he guesses wrong, good for me. If he guesses right, I'm like, okay. So since you are this linguistic expert, can you demonstrate?
He would have caught
can you explain to us?
Right.
No, if he guessed right, I was gonna say. It means that you can remember a little bit more. The strange thing about you remembering the accent and the pronunciation and the linguistics of this person, however, you can't remember the gun and the firearm and what it looked like.
No, because I told you I don't know. I'm not an expert of guns.
But you're an expert of languages. You could remember how this person said this word.
But being an expert of languages is totally different from being an expert of guns.
So you looked at the gun. So what you're telling this court is that you can remember what you hear more than you can remember what you've seen.
Exactly. Is that a sin?
No, we just want to establish it for the record.
So it's not a sin that I could hear more than I can see. Do you want to buy me glasses?
I would have taken it then. So Mshololo then said, forget about that. It's irrelevant. There's no person who can demand cell phones and money in Zulu Sotho language. That incident happened because when it happened, you were under the influence of alcohol.
Again.
Then the judge said, do you want to respond to that, Mr. Twala? And then Mr. Twala said no. Then there was an adjournment for tea. Then after the adjournment, Mshololo continued by asking, is it also true that you cannot recall the type of hat that the first intruder wore? Then Twala said, I think I tried to explain when I was asked. I was asked sun hat, and then Ramusipele, then I said something smaller than a sun hat. This is the time under cross-examination with Ramusipele. And then Twala says he remembers it a bit, but cannot give the color. Then she now moves on to asking Twala about the first intruder, asking for a cell phone.
Yeah.
Then Twala said yes. Mshololo asked if the first intruder demanded the cell phone. Why did he not take it from you? Then Twala said, I hear you. I don't know. I am not him. Then Mshololo asked, how far was he from the phone? Then Twala said, I don't know. We would have gotten to the house. Then Mshololo asked, when the intruder entered, your cell phone was on the TV stand.
Yeah.
Then Twala said, yes. The first intruder demanded cell phones if there was any intruder. Then Twala said, yes, he did. And it's your evidence that you were able to take your cell phone from the TV stand. Then Twala said, yes, I did. Mshololo asked, what was the second intruder doing at the time? Then Twala said, I didn't take notice of the second intruder at the time because I turned. Isn't that so? Then Mshololo asked if he demanded cell phones and it was right in front of him. Why didn't he take it? Twala said, yes, I hear what you are saying, but I'm not him and I cannot say why he did not take it. Mshololo asked, how far was he from your cell phone when he asked for cell phones?
Yes.
Twala said, I can't recall that unless we go back to the house for measurements to be taken. Twala would not be drawn into estimating how far the alleged intruder was from the cell phone on the TV stand when he demanded cell phones and money, and how far he was from Senzo Meyiwa when the shot was fired.
Obviously, he would not do that. It's a clear man thing that you don't need to because once you are able to speculate about the distance and whatnot, which is going to put that person closer to your phone, and then that sort of says this person was not here for the phones then. Maybe that question should have been, in fact, the next people, if it was Zandi and Kelly, the questions to ask is, Miss Khumalo, any of them, do you think these people were there for really cell phone and money? Do you think that they were there for cell phones and money? Because there's this narrative, a bit of it, that says these intruders were actually there for wrong reasons, other than just taking their phones and leaving.
For
sense. Do you think those people were there for the money? Because I'm saying maybe when they say why do you ask? Because I'm saying this, they didn't take much. Would you say they took? In fact, you would ask them, what did they take? And when they say they didn't take, they took one phone. Do you think those people were there for the phone, really? I mean, according to your own observation, based on we are seeing Twala's phone was there voluntarily on the table. And in fact, it was with your phone, closer to your phone, because you, according to Mr. Twala, you took off his phone and then you put yours. So that means the phones were there on the table, but yours maybe was taken only yours. So do you think that was the person trying to provoke Senzo from reaction, as maybe he knew that Senzo was your man and then Senzo's going to try to protect him? Maybe then that's when this whole thing happened of Senzo being taken down. Do you think that that's another way of looking at these things, because you want these people to feel comfortable so that they can share what they're thinking, because they all obviously have a theory. The fact that they have been talking to the media a lot, they have a certain theory then.
Mshololo then asked who was there when the shot went off. Twala said there was Tumelo Madlala, Senzo, Zandi, her mother, and the two intruders. Mshololo asked, is it also your evidence that you did not see exactly who fired the shot? Then Twala said the only person who had a gun was the shot one, and the shot went off from him. Mshololo asked, did you see who fired the shot? Twala said, no, I didn't. Mshololo moved on to where Twala ran next door. So she asked, is it true that the wall is shorter than the gate? Then Twala says the wall that separates Kelly's home and the neighbor is taller than the neighbor's gate, which he jumped when he ran out of the house after the shot went off. Mshololo had been showing the court pictures of the gate and the walls.
Yeah.
And then there was a technical difficulty with the recording machine, and they had to go for an adjournment. But then when they came back, Mshololo asked, in your testimony, you said you jumped over the gate. And Twala said, no, I said I jumped over the concrete.
Yeah.
Mshololo asked, why did you not jump over the wall between the houses? Then Twala said that he was running away. He did not think that way. Mshololo asked, when you ran out of the house, you were running for your life. Twala said, yes, that's true. And you decided to take the longest way to get out of the Khumalo yard. Twala said, it's the longest way to you, not to me. Mshololo then asked, in this picture, the wall that divides the yard is the nearest wall than the neighbor's gate. You went to go and jumped. Then Twala said, yes. Mshololo said, the one that you went over is not the closest. Twala said, yes. Mshololo asked, and you decided not to jump over the nearest wall and decided to go over the further one. Twala said, when I went out of the house, I didn't do so to jump over any wall. I was running, and it was only then as I decided to jump over that wall. Now he changed.
Why did you decide to jump the wall? I mean, the road was open. The guy who was chasing you only had a knife, according to what you are saying. why would you decide to jump a wall eventually after you pass the chance of jumping the wall closer and in a shorter area? Why would you eventually, when we are in a road now, you could be running and looking at your body, Mr. Twala, you are thin. Probably you were thinner than this
at the time.
Would you say the guy was gonna? And in fact, you said to yourself you were an athlete. So do you think the guy was gonna be able to catch you? Is that why you decided to jump? Is there anyone who called you, said, come decide?
And I don't know if people noticed, but from his first testimony under Ramosipele's cross-examination, he said he jumped the gate, the small gate, right?
You said that, yes.
And now today he was saying he jumped the concrete wall next to the gate, next to the pedestrian gate. And
which
the length
puts
is like
back
this.
the theory of you jumping the wall. Basically, did you notice that?
Yes.
Yes, I did jump the wall.
And he spent a long time correcting that when they said you jumped the concrete wall. He even corrected it and said, no, I jumped the small gate. And today he was changing again and he jumped that concrete wall because now he was seeing a picture demonstrated in front of him, and it didn't make sense why he would jump a gate that was way taller than that concrete wall. That is what I noticed. I'm like, okay. Mshololo then asked, why did you run out of the house? Twala said, a firearm went off and then I decided to run for my life. Mshololo asked Twala why he did not use his phone to call the police. Twala says his phone was off. Mshololo asked, did you ask the neighbor to call the police? Twala said no. Asked why he didn't use the cell phone he had taken during the pushing to call for help. Twala said, as much as I had my phone with me, it was off. I explained that. Mshololo asked, did you ask the neighbors to call an ambulance? Twala said no. And Mshololo asked, why not? Twala said, I'm not sure why, but it is something we did when we were in Kelly's house. Mshololo asked, you also said you put a towel on him. Twala said yes. Mshololo asked, and you didn't call an ambulance? Twala said, as far as I know, when somebody is shot, you put something on that area. Mthoko.
Yes.
Mshololo then asked, instead of calling an ambulance,
yes.
Twala said, like I said, someone had already mentioned calling an ambulance there.
Yeah.
Mshololo referred to the statement from someone who was at the hospital that mentioned that Senzo had no pulse.
Yeah.
Now, I quote from this statement. It said, at arrival, the victim was not breathing, had no pulse from the car. The pupil were fully dilated and not reaching light. So what does this mean?
The people were what?
The eyes.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, the eye, like it was...
When you are gone or when you are
the eye was open.
the
are you gonna open
thingy,
your eyes?
The black thingy finds the light. So even if you try to pretend that, but when you are gone, it's just white, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not just
or something like that. But it's not a good sign because it means that he was already gone.
That he did say that in terms of. The person was already gone when he got into the
hospital.
Yes.
Doesn't this remind you?
Which brings you the theory of Tifo. It all goes back to the theory of Tifo.
Then Mshololo was now referring to a statement by Kelly Kumalo. Reading from that statement, it said, and I quote, I then ran into the bedroom and pushed the door. The tall guy followed me and tried to push the door open while I was pushing on the other side. Now, Advocate Mshololo asked, did that happen or not? Then Twala said, I cannot say whether it happened or not, but I didn't see this happening. So, he didn't see Kelly pushing and fighting with the intruder through the door.
With the slow motion type of, I would say watch, because this guy saw almost every movement, he moving, and he saw the kid that was standing in the wrong side, the scuffling. The only thing he didn't see, he last remembers Kelly standing, dancing to a certain church, whatever, I don't know what church was.
Yet Tumelo saw that pushing of the second intruder and Kelly. Tumelo testified that he saw it.
That's why I'm saying that it's very interesting. But Mthoko, if really someone else was to come and sing otherwise, Mthoko, it doesn't look good for you, my brother. I don't know where you are, but if you do watch Mzansi, yeah, that's all I can say.
Mshololo then asked, and you were in the house when the so-called intruder, second intruder, entered the house. Then Twala said yes. Mshololo was now referring to a statement by Edward Mlungisi Hlophe. Mlungisi Edward Hlophe. Now reading from the statement, it said, and I quote, "I would like to state that Senzo Meyiwa was my brother-in-law and I am married to his sister Nokuthula Hazel Hlophe.
Yes.
I heard about this unfortunate killing on the day of the incident, the 26th of October 2014. Twala then said, let me clarify something. I know him. You used his ID names. I know him by the name Buti Ngoso. Is it Ngoso?
Yeah, I think so. Buti Ngoso.
I know him very well.
Yeah.
So he further said this on the statement, and I quote, I went back inside my car and called Tumelo Madlala. I wanted to get the truth of what exactly happened. Tumelo told me that there was a fight in Kelly Kumalo's house. Zandi was fighting with her boyfriend, and Senzo Meyiwa was trying to separate the two, Zandi and the boyfriend. Now they asked Mr. Twala, did that happen? Twala said, no, this never happened. Why did he wait 5 years to make the statement? He also wanted to know with whom did Mr. Hlophe write that statement. And I found this very odd.
No, what I found odd, Emily, before you say what is odd, it said, it didn't just end there. He said, when did they make this statement? They said 2019, if I'm not mistaken, right? Was it 2019 or 2020? I think it was 2020 or
2019.
2019, yeah, 2019. He said, I understand. Now, that I understand threw me off. Because that's a person who's saying, oh, maybe it makes sense because that's around the time where things were happening in a wrong way. Wasn't it around that time that he was actually dealt with there in Pretoria?
2019 is where he said
so that's what he's saying.
Happened.
What I do not get, and maybe I'm seeking clarity here to those who are vested in this, in a sense of following it. The question that I want to ask is, wasn't that Joyce left this whole shenanigan 2015?
It is.
Because that's what, even if you read the papers, they would say Joyce has decided to leave the case.
Resigned. She actually resigned.
Isn't it Joyce left this whole
and
shenanigan?
even one of Senzo's cousin brothers did mention on a radio interview he did last year that at the time that she reconnected or found Miss Joyce Buthelezi, she told her that she's no longer on that case. She's done. She's no longer on it.
Yes.
So 2019, it's off.
Just what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Yes, you are telling us that Joyce this, Joyce that. But maybe the line of questioning of saying, were you made to make those statements by Mshololo? It stems from that.
Were you forced?
Were you forced then to actually make such statements that are seemingly implicating the police? You will eventually hear from the transcript. Continue.
I found it odd that he also wanted to know the name of the police officer that had helped or assisted Mr. Hlophe with
Probably
that statement.
wanted it to be Joyce.
He's like, I don't even understand why there's no name here. I'm like, side eye, bombastic side eye. Twala said that he does not remember correcting anything in his statement after he was allegedly assaulted by the police. He says the correction he recalls were before the beating. Twala asked Advocate Mshololo because she kept referring to the beating, you know. Does it impress you that I was beaten?
Yeah.
Then Mshololo just dismissed him and said, "No, Mr. Twala, I see how you do things. It looks like it impresses you that I was beaten up." So this is Twala actually responding. Then Mshololo initially said no to the question he posed. But then Twala said, "I see you do things. It looks like it impresses you that I was beaten up."
Yes.
Then Twala said that he went to the doctor about a day after he got back in KZN. Now I was like, why does he want people to care so much that he got beaten up? The priority here should be that his friend passed away.
It discredits the sum of the statement, so hence the correction of whatever that might have been corrected. That is why.
So
like I was coerced into doing 1, 2, 3 in a sense. That's basically that's what I'm thinking.
Mshololo then asked, "As we speak, do you have any medical records to show you went to the doctor and he confirmed that you were injured?" Twala then said, "All I can say is that there were police that arrived and took me to the doctor with the purpose of wanting those records. They had not seen the pictures. They had seen the pictures. I don't know what happened thereafter, but I don't have anything on me. Even the guys from IPIT." Now, Mshololo asked, "All that you are telling me, I never asked. I asked if you have any records to show for it. And you have already answered that. No, you don't have it. Did you open a case against the police?" Twala said yes. Mshololo asked when. Twala said as time went on. After I'd seen the doctor. The lawyer that I had at the time said he would speak to the police. I never opened it immediately.
Look, Emil, I want to ask Musa. We are not saying Mshololo did bad, but again, if you have moments that were highlighting to you that sort of poke a hole or even sort of close the contradictions, please share with me, because I'm trying to think what loophole did he open? Was there? In fact, Mthoko was cruising there.
Yeah, he was cruising nicely.
He was cruising nicely there. I can tell you, if you were to ask him right now and say, Mthoko, who would you rather be re-examined with between Black Mamba, Mnisi, or even Steve Ovo?
He would say Mshololo. I think Mshololo.
He cruised there. Like, I feel like he really cruised there. That's why I was even after being told that do not ask questions. I'm the only one asking. He was still asking questions and even chilled and even trying to pin it back emotionally.
Does it impress you that I got beaten up?
He didn't do those things with Black Mamba. He didn't.
No, not at all. So Mshololo asked him, "Togo, did you open a case?" Then Twala said yes. Mshololo asked when. Twala said, "I think it was months down the line. I think it was January or February of 2020. Mshololo then asked, "If you were beaten by the police in 2019, why did you take so long to open a case?" Twala said, "I guess it was due to fear." Mshololo asked, "Did you report at the work that you were beaten up by the police?" Twala said, "My boss knows. I don't know if I had to report at work." So Mr. Twala asked for a bathroom break and Advocate Baloyi asked for a comfort break for his witness.
It was more like a rest break. No, I mean, I know many people read a lot into that. It was like more, I need to go pee or something. It was not like something big is happening. It was like, I need to go pee.
Need the
basically.
bathroom.
I just need a bathroom. That's it. Not to say, oh, I think I'm emotional or something like, no.
It's how Advocate Baloyi stated it, a comfort break.
No, it was just a comfort break. Like, I need to go to the...
It's a bathroom break. Come on. Mshololo then came after the break. Mshololo was referring to a statement by Twala where he mentioned that an argument between him and Tumelo about whether he was in the car that took Meyiwa to hospital. Tumelo told me he was sorry about everything and what happened to Senzo. I told him that Kelly promised that she would call now and then, but she is quiet. Mthoko's statement continued, I told Tumelo I don't want to talk about this case because whenever we do, the news appears. The statement says, from there they had an argument. Mshololo asked, what was the argument between you and Tumelo about? Then Twala said the matter was about something he said to the police about whether I was in the car. Then Twala said, the police said I was not in the vehicle, that I was not in the car that took Senzo to the hospital. And the police told me that Tumelo agreed with them, that I was not in that car.
Yes.
Twala then said, when I saw him, I asked, why is it that you say I was not in the car that took Senzo to the hospital? But I think about this thoroughly and I don't want to talk about the case. Then Mshololo asked, Mr. Twala, I'm not interested in the history. The dispute is whether you were in the car or not. Twala then said yes.
But why are you not interested in discussing the part of people discussing the case beforehand? Why won't you nail him on that? He's voluntarily giving you that I actually saw one of the eyewitnesses. We had a fight and a squabble of why did you exclude 1, 2, 3?
You wanted to debunk that, or why are you discussing the case with other witnesses?
Yes, if you want to discredit this man, it's one thing that you can use also.
That was a window.
So is there a possibility, Mr. Twala, that you might have discussed other things further? Perhaps. Is that why you sound similar to Melo? Perhaps.
Then Twala Mshololo then said Tumelo was also in the car, right? Twala said yes. Mshololo, so where was the confusion? Twala said the police came to me and informed me that Tumelo says you were not in the vehicle that transported Senzo to the hospital. Mshololo then asked, what did Tumelo say? Twala said, I can't remember his exact words, but he said he never said anything like that. So Mshololo then asked, the fight ended. Twala said, we never fought.
Yes.
Mshololo then said, are you still friends? Twala said, when we meet, we greet each other, but I'm not used to seeing him a lot. So you are not friends. Right.
Thank you, Mzim Nyazi. Thank you very much for your contribution. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I have to say it when I come across it. Thank you. Again.
Then Twala said he never saw Senzo pressing the tall intruder against the wall. He says the fact that he was in the house would not necessarily mean he would have witnessed that. Twala also says he never saw Tumelo punch the alleged intruder in the face as Meyiwa held his hand up.
Yes.
Mshololo is referring now to a statement a neighbor, Bulelani Ngache, who made the statement that the smoking happened inside the yard. And I think it was in front of a red polo.
Again, our moderator and CK Moyo, thank you very much. We appreciate you. You don't only moderate our comments, you also contribute immensely. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you.
Continue.
Okay, I'm going to read the statement from Bulelani Ngache.
Yes.
I also noticed 2 black males standing inside the yard in front of the red polo.
Yes.
They were lining on the wall. One was smoking and one was just standing. Now, this is another discrepancy of what you described in the court. You said you were outside the yard and he says you were inside the yard. So this is what Mshololo placed onto Mr. Twala. Twala said Ngache was mistaken. Mshololo asked Twala how it's possible that
Remind me here, Emil, Ngache is the neighbor that whom his wall was jumped.
No, it's another
neighbor. It's another neighbor.
Yes.
So very interesting. So 2 neighbors are lying.
According to Mr. Twala.
2 neighbors, they saw it is close to what Mthoko saw, but it just differs a bit. Like Mthoko is putting them inside the yard. The neighbor is Mthoko is putting outside the yard. And the neighbor is
putting them inside the yard.
The other neighbor says, you jumped the wall.
He's saying he jumped the small gate.
The small gate. And then he comes back and says, the wall is. It's very interesting.
Who's telling who? Who's fooling who here?
Well, considering the memory of Mthoko, I would go on and believe the neighbors.
Yeah, we've heard.
They have no interest in this thing. So they have no reason to actually lie.
Mshololo asked Twala how it's possible that Longwe Twala could have run past 2 armed men and come out unscathed. She says it's not possible. Twala said, how can you be sure? Because that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
Then Mshololo concluded her cross-examination. Advocate Baloyi began the re-examination of the witness. Advocate Baloyi sought to clarify aspects during cross-examination by Advocate Ngumalo. The first aspect is that you never mentioned that you heard the second shot. The second aspect is that you didn't mention you jumped over a concrete wall next to the pedestrian gate.
Which is the wall.
Advocate Baloyi was pissed. Yeah, I can
He
say.
looked more pissed, actually. He did look more pissed. Even his cross-examination. If you remember very well, Tumelo's cross-examination took about 2 days.
Re-examination.
We were
It took
even
2
pissed
days.
about
Yes,
it. Like,
we were
this guy is
angry.
wasting time. This one was like, okay, I think 4 questions, if I'm not mistaken. That's it. Okay, fine, my lord, I'm done. I rest my case. We'll see it Monday.
Yeah, see another witness on Monday. he was very annoyed. I was like, oh, Advocate Baloyi does not look okay.
No, he didn't. He didn't look okay.
Advocate Baloyi was also seeking clarity on the language the alleged first intruder used. Baloyi asked, can you repeat the exact words the intruder used?
Yes.
Twala said he demanded money and cell phones.
Yes.
Baloyi then said, can you quote him? Twala said, I can't quote him.
Even
this is
with,
an incident
Even with the person...
that's supposed to help you clean up your mess. You don't want to cooperate.
That's why, and guys, I did say that this guy came late. And for me, really, he was prepared, but not fully prepared. It looks like that, and you could see the not aligning type of comradeship that was not portrayed there. To say, I mean, he could have used already they've given you a memo of Fusek cell phone and money. You could have just said that. So how do you defend someone like that? How do you defend them?
I don't know. So this is an incident that happened 9 years ago. But what I remember, he said cell phones and money. So Twala says he knows what a firearm looks like after being asked whether he can tell the difference between a toy gun and a real gun again. And he says, I know what a firearm looks like. Then Advocate Baloyi concluded his re-examination. The state requested that the case be adjourned until Monday, and a new witness is expected to take the stand on Monday.
Which is what Aunt CK Moore is asking. Who do we think is coming on Monday?
Yeah, that is the big question.
Who do you think is coming, Emily?
Hey, Angas.
Do you think we are closer to the Kumalus?
Angas. Mara, they've been quiet on social media. It could
I
be
would
one
like
of
to
them.
see the meeting between
It could be
Zandi
one of them.
and Mshololo, because I'm saying this because Zandi wrote something on the social
A love
media.
letter, a
sort of
beautiful
love
message, a comrade
when
message.
Tifo was under pressure,
Yes.
he sort of was like
Mshololo.
praising Mshololo in a
Hamba
sense.
phambili.
Yes.
Viva
I
Mshololo.
would like to see that meeting, how it would go. Would it be a
And
nice
please
meeting?
show your face. We
Very
wanna see your
interesting.
face.
Very interesting.
You are not camera shy.
That's the only thing disappointing, because they're gonna come here and say we don't want cameras. I would have loved to see that.
You
face.
are a celebrity. You are a public interest.
In fact, if they decide to hide their face, the first question should start there.
Why?
Do you, Miss K, or Miss Z? Since
Why?
you guys are celebrities, you are used to this. Why do you think it's important for you to hide your face all of a sudden? I mean, we've been seeing you on social media and all that. Why
You post where
yeah.
you go. You post.
You post your kids. In
You
fact,
post where you perform. You post everything. Really.
why
Like,
do you think it's important
why?
for you to hide your face all
Why?
of a sudden? I hope they don't do that.
I want to see the face, the facial, the facial expressions. I'm invested in the facial expressions of those two.
The Makas, Lamin is saying he thinks it's long. I don't think Longway is ready.
Hey, Longwe.
I don't think Longwe is
Uyovalwa le
rot.
case.
You don't want to put someone who's perceived as a weak link.
Ayovalwa
Just
mawungama
beforehand.
Longwe laphayana. The case is
I
done.
think it should. I mean, Longwe contradicted himself when he
A
said
lot.
he came out, he ran outside with a phone. He did not run with a phone. I don't think it's Longwe. I think it would be between the Kumalos,
the sisters,
maybe
or
Mepiri,
the neighbors.
maybe
One of the
maybe
neighbors.
a neighbor to sort of mix it properly. Someone who's gonna come with a different theory, in a sense, because based on the statement, they are coming with a different theory.
But did you notice how statements were used from 375? A lot of the statements were from 375.
Credit to Tifo. I mean, credit to Tifo. Whether you like it or not, this case is Tifo's case. I would put it like that. Because of mainly that. And I hear many people saying that Mshololo worked with Tifo. At that point, the only thing, we were angry here. I remember, Emil. We were very angry. Very angry.
Yeah.
Tifo, we felt that Tifo was being attacked. And then eventually when some part of case 375 was accepted, Mshololo came with a bomb saying that, no, I need time to read this, my lord.
3 months.
3 months. So, Emil, let me take this call. Mzansi Reality, hello. When you see this picture, you must know that it's time for calls. How are you?
Sure, mfethu.
Yeah, bomfowethu.
Echo, apparently, but usenzo makadubulwa ulongo waphuma wabaleka.
Yeah.
Wabalenga.
Yeah.
He ran out. And bekaphethe isibhamu vele. Athi uzofuna uku-assaulta lo bekawutshirwa kuZandi. Yes. So there's some truth in that, but there were no intruders. He just ran out hysterically. Bekathukile makabona ukuthi ngidubula usenzo mina njengoba ngilwa noZandi. Yeah, ayikho le ndaba ukuthi bekunabantu lapha phakathi.
Well,
sinyela lapha. Sinyela.
No, my man. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ubatshele jo. Mina lento le hayi. You know phela jo le outlet jo. Pirates mfethu pirates.
Yeah.
Le outlet find out ukuthi ishonile.
Yeah.
It was Monday morning.
Yeah.
Ngiyogeza ekseni nje ngithi ngespanini. Ngibona ku SuperSport active SuperSport active, I think it was channel 200.
Yes.
At that time.
Yes.
Mbona Senzo Meyiwa has been killed. Akana chwanzangi nasespanning that Monday.
Yes.
That's how much this guy meant to me.
No, I'm a pirate fan too.
There were no intruders too.
Yeah.
Why?
No.
Why? If there were intruders, kubi stories abo sonke siyahlangana. And then noma ukuthi besingahlangani 100%. Mara ukube siyahlangana
80%.
Maybe 80%.
Yes.
Mara sihlangani yonke indawo. Oh, yikho lento.
Nguzwa kahle.
Bonke labantu kumele babanjwe. And then ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi I'd like ukuthi nina if niyakhona ukuthola ni interview uGerinel because uGerinel bekathi uGininda le prosecutor yonke into uyihlanganisile yonke into everyone that's arrested is meant to be arrested la. Would like to know ukuthi uGerinel what he thinks now.
Hey, we can see.
Because they've bahlukanisile yonke into.
Yeah, that's
I'm sure nomadlala na if yakhona lama witness bawachacha blind
ne? Yeah. No, mfethu
mele
siyabonga.
asho uGernel cause bekasho ta ukininda naye no Vaselina hayi ba grand.
Yes.
Mele asho ke manje asiniki comment ukuthi from eqaleni to now i-comment yakhe yini.
Ithini? No, mfethu asibonga sinikeza abanye ithuba mfethu. Thank you mfethu. Guys, again, we apologize for the language. I think people get emotional when they talk about this thing, but the guy is literally saying that these people who were in the house, they actually should account more. They should tell us what happened more, because their story is not even reaching 80% of being told in a right way, according to him. Basically, and then the other thing is Harinel, because Harinel had more trust in this whole case that is currently exists. Hello, Mzansi Reality. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Njani?
Sikhona njani? Yeah.
Hey, I'm a first-time caller and also a subscriber. Subscriber no to show nje malanye.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to also comment about a few things. Yazi, there's one thing of melody kumbuli iqiniso namanga hlangana. There will never be the same as the hlangana of the blend. Those guys iqiniso liyabashisa and kancane they are busy showing it. They are mixing iqiniso namanga, then iqiniso liphinde libuye futhi libalimaze, yabona.
Yes.
So angeke le case yendawo state just has to take a decision to say, you know what, we have lost ukuthi sizama ukulinda labantu ngalicala and find, I'm not saying find other people, but find other ways. Because le cala leli linabantu abaningi abakhulu that have been paid to make sure ukuthi labantu abasendlini abalitholi aba-prosecute at all. So it will just drag on and on and on and on and on until I don't know, you understand?
Yeah.
Then another thing, umfana lo Mthoko just no tumelo just shows us or bayafundisa, you know what, sometimes friends, they are never what you think they are.
Yes.
You can't have people that you are spending money for, helping them, making sure with the maybe they get some tickets. Mthoko said it himself, which they will even arrange for him to get tickets. You know. The next thing, his friend dies the way he died. He doesn't even feel bad. But hey, I'm lying now for Ukeli.
Yes.
You know what, for Ukelo, for whoever that killed him. Hey, so the moral of the story, let's choose friends wisely. Unfortunately, Nakona, we will never know until, you know, such things happen.
Yeah.
So it's just that I want to say. And also to ask you with the guys, continue your job. And please, asking guys, we are 500 and plus 500 that are watching the show.
Yes.
But we have like 100 likes. So guys, please like the video and subscribe as well. So bye guys, everyone have a call.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. As you know, lines are open again. I'm sorry if you are calling and we are not going through. We are not stopping anyone. And everything I would like to say, everything said here, it is according to the viewers that are watching here, and anything that might be said, it is based on allegation, nothing else. No one is saying this people we know 1, 2, 3, but basically it is an allegation. Keep on calling and keep on commenting. For those who are commenting, guys, we will eventually take your phone. Just that now, if you call, normally you call, you find maybe that someone is already on the call, and talking. So basically, the moral of the story, or the last caller, it was saying choose your friends wisely. And then the last part is that please subscribe and then share the video. We are about 500 people who are watching, which is true, but we have 100 and something likes. We thank you again for subscribing and choosing us and being with us here. If you do have your WhatsApp, you don't have airtime, maybe you have data, you can still call us on WhatsApp. The number is scrolling below. You can see it. It's there. It's 067-6190-343. That is the WhatsApp number. And then the one where you can call is 0711-537-006. That is how we roll here. You will be able to go through on both ways, whether you call with WhatsApp or whether you call with a cell phone number direct to us. We will be able to take your call. You were talking about someone who's coming, Emil.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's who, according to you?
I think it's the neighbors, one of the neighbors. Or
yeah,
I don't think it's Longwe.
And I don't think it's between the people who were in the house. You know why? There's too much contradictions that have been happening. So you need someone who's gonna sort of break that so that you build your story again. In my thinking, it would be someone from the outside position who's not going to have a lot of questions.
Or maybe one of the police officers again.
If that happens, it's okay. Because that is going to finish very quickly.
Yeah.
Because that is someone who was not inside the whole time. You would not have to explain all the time. All you need to explain is like, why were you outside? Maybe I was just getting some fresh air and all that. And that is a story that's going to have consistency because the person is telling exactly what they were doing outside. That's it.
You know, my curiosity is why couldn't there have been any statements from 636, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Why was there no statement from that the defense could be able to use? I'm really worried about that, to contradict this witness. You know, it worries me that had it 375 not been there.
Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. You are reconnecting. That means your network is not doing you any favors, but we're going to wait for you unless someone else calls. Mzansi, hello. Continue, Emil.
So I'm thinking to myself that, you know what, had it not been for 375, how were they going to discredit? How are they going to discredit the witness?
If it was the only thing existing without that one. Mzansi, hello?
Hi, Mzansi Reality.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Yes.
My name is Tepo. I'm from Botswana.
Yeah, Botswana.
Yeah, I've been following this case as well.
Okay.
Yes, what I wanted to find out is Tumelo said, Tumelo Madlala said Bongani Ntanzi, which is accused number 2, is the one who fired the shot. But Mthoko said the person who held the gun was the shot one, which is not Bongani Ntanzi.
Yes.
So in terms of that discrepancy, then I don't see all lawyers firing that point.
Yes, they did actually. It was questioned by who questioned it?
I think it was Ramusipele when he first began, and they cleared it up that it was the first.
Yeah, it was
Ramusipele.
Yeah, Ramusipele. I think he asked on that one. He did touch on it, but it was sort of cleared up. Yes, you are correct. We also picked that up. It's part of the contradictions, as there's like a whole list of contradictions that we have been hearing.
But I don't think it.
Okay, that's just one point I wanted to raise. But overall, following from Botswana, I always, if I miss the case, if I miss Slindelo Matsekane's updates, if I miss Criselda Lewis updates, I always tune in and listen to you guys because most of the perspective, Mr. Anonymous, I share the same perspective as yourself. Thank you very much for this wonderful platform.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shout out to Botswana.
Shout out to Botswana.
Bye. Nice. Nice. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, we have put our cards out here. I don't think you would like to bring more contradictions to the case if you are a state. You would not so if we're talking about people who are in the house. Give them time, because already, these people are firing. These defense lawyers are firing. So you want to calm the situation down, maybe give them what they would enjoy, in a sense. Someone who's going to come and tell them what they kind of want to hear. And then eventually bring those Kumalus in and bring the Longways in, the Twalas again. Because there are two Twalas, by the way. There's Twala that just finished testifying,
yes,
and there's Twala that might come. We're not sure if he's part of this. Is he part of the state witness?
Twala. State witness. Longwe Twala. Which Twala?
Longwe Twala.
Maybe. They don't want to tell us who's next. We have to wait on Monday. I don't know.
For international people, guys, just add
plus 27. Replace the 0 at the beginning
I hear
with
you.
plus
The
27.
number is 067, but after plus 2. That means you're going to remove 0.
Remove 0
67 619 0343. It is scrolling below, but if you are watching from the phone, you probably would not be able to see it. I don't know, depending on your screen size. Ayiko indaba kaGernel. Yeah. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's up again.
Yes, Sebo.
I missed something. I think the next person, for me at least, the next person that is going to come through will be Zandile Kumar. It only makes sense for her, looking at the fact that Kelly might be implicated, and Longwe as well might be implicated. But Zandi, it's sort of a neutral between Kelly and Longwe. She is the better one.
But if the theory that is being put here, then she's a common factor. She's probably the reason why these things happen. According to the theory, if the theory is anything to go by
neighbor,
off,
is it the brother-in-law's testimony?
But in terms of public scrutiny and other things, if it's not Kelly, we are pointing fingers at Longwe as the one who did all these things.
Okay.
But out of the three, she's the one who is much more like Mthoko. You see, we didn't expect Mthoko to come as early as now, because Tefo said Mthoko is the one who is going to come and say Longwe fired the shot by mistake. So out of the three that are remain, the key people, she's the one who really is a bit distant from being pointed fingers at.
No, I get you. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. People are coming back again. Guys, keep on calling and please keep on liking and keep on doing
Another question
everything
I
that you
have,
need to do. Yes.
Mr. Anonymous.
Yes.
Where is Warrant Officer Steenkamp's test statement
Maybe
or
it could
anything
be,
at all in 636? Is it 36?
is she not going to come in?
636. Anything at all that came out of 636 from Warrant Officer Steenkamp? Because it seems like most of it is coming from 375, and I'm worried.
Mzansi, hello? Mzansi, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes.
I just noticed an observation throughout the court proceedings.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you guys noticed that in everybody's statement, everybody has excluded Kelly Khumalo entirely by saying she ran into a bedroom? and they've excluded Longa Twala by saying he ran out of the home. How is it that the two people are being excluded, but everybody's saying Kaylee has stated in many variations that Senzo was killed for her honor. So why are they being excluded, but then going in public and saying different stories? Who's wrong here?
We are about to find out. I would like to indulge more on that conversation, but for the sake of me hearing the better side of the story, so that I can come here and talk about it, I would not give a lot in terms of saying things because I don't know, man. Maybe someone is watching and then they go prepare. Let us wait for them to come here.
Tell us what happened.
I know I have a lot of questions because when they speak there, we will be checking the videos. We'll be doing everything. In fact, we'll be saying, but you said that on that video. On that video, you said that. Now you are saying that.
Very true. And how is it also that in everybody's statements, 3 people and the 2 friends have 2 contradictory statements, but they are aligned somewhere. Some places they are aligned. But the other 3 women in the house, they say something completely different that other people are saying they didn't even see. They don't know anything about this.
No, that's a good point. That's fine. Then let us see. Let's wait and see who comes on Monday.
Yeah, let's wait and see.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are doing a good job. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much. Mzansi Reality, hello.
I don't know anything about this.
Mzansi, hello.
No, that's a good point. That's
Mzansi,
fine.
Mr. Anonymous, hello.
Yes, sir. Can you reduce the volume at the back?
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm behind.
You are.
Yeah. Mr. Anonymous, I'm calling you from Europe, but I'm from South Africa.
Okay.
Welcome.
What I want to know, or whatever, Ulomfana, who was the witness today?
Yes. Twala.
Yes, Mthoko. Mshololo uyabuza ukuthi ngoba bephuma endlini bebaleka for life wakhe ne now watsibela kamakhelwane and then he decided to come back without knowing ukuthi ulomfo uphethe igani akekho. Now he said uve ngomakakheli ukuthi umkile. So my question there was like uve ngomakakheli esekamakhelwane or sebuyele back eyadini.
No,
if you can.
I heard that correct. I also marked it down. In his explanation, he was actually talking about hearing about that inside the yard. That means he was already inside the yard. Because he said, I came across.
If that is the case, mawubaleka no life wakho umuntu ophethe igani.
Yes.
From this yard. Wenza kanjani ukuthi uphinde ukwazi uba kule yard again phakathi? Uyazi lento ngiyitshoyo mna angingomzulu ngiyumXhosa.
Yes.
But it's just that I try to speak Zulu because you are Zulu.
No, so it's okay. We are one nation.
Yeah.
Teta.
Yazi mna mfethu. Ndakhe ndathunywa ngumama wami. Khaya kwangekho ifridge. ndithunyelwa endlini enefridge ukuthi ndiyofaka izinto efrijini kule ndlu.
Yes.
Uyabo?
Yes.
So mangifika kule ndlu utata walapha ndafika ekubonakala into yokuba wayesele wandifanisa nomuntu owayemfanisa ke ecaba ke loo mntu ngumntu wayespina or wayethandana or whatever nomfazi wakhe. Yabo? So lo mfo wandikhomba ngegani wandityhalela ekhawushini. So ndastreama that day.
Yeah.
Kwazomakhelwane but wayengakwazi kuyikhokha igani so that andidubule. Yabo? Because undibambile ngesinye isandla. So kwathi besizomakhelwane benqanda ndakwazi ukuba ndikwazi usuka kuye. So abanye amakhelwane babefuna ukuva kum, befuna undimisa outside the house now. Befuna undimisa uba befuna uva ukuthi kwenzeka ntoni. But I couldn't stand nabo bantu. Because I was so scared. I just ran. So iyangethusa ukuthi lo mfana athi kukhutshwe igani.
Yeah.
Abese next door aphinde abuyele eyadini. Abantu abazorobha because umuntu ozorobha once akubone une movement uzokudubula baba. The most especially ma uzawuba nesibindi sothatha ifone kule ndawo uhleli kuyo uyothatha ifone abe umuntu ozorobha efuna ifone nemali uphinde wena uyothatha ifone. Hayi baby, no, can't be.
I wish I.
It can't be.
Wish I.
It can't be, Baba. It can't be.
No.
But for me, I'm so disappointed about Mshololo today. Let me be honest. I'm very disappointed. Maybe she knows ukuthi uzokwenza njani as the case goes on, but still. I Baba. Otherwise, thanks, man. You are doing a great job.
Siyabonga kakhulu mfowethu.
Sure, Baba, sure. U-Emily yena maybe ufuna nemshado.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Thank you, Thembi Khumalo, for your donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thembi.
Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hi, how
are you?
Hi, njani?
Sikhona njani?
I'm pretty good. I'm good.
Yes.
Guys, I've been following. Oh, sorry. I cannot say my name.
Okay.
Yes, I'm saying I've been following this case, and on my look, the way I see things is like, remember people said something that Mthoko was going to sing a different song. All of a sudden, they bring Mthoko to testify. I think it was on purpose so that they just discredit him as that witness that can't be trusted from now on whatever that he says. So that all these other witnesses, they sing the same song.
Yes.
That's just how I look at it.
Sounds like a plan.
That sounds like a plan.
Because from now on, when you look at it, it's like, it's impossible that they can bring someone from the house. Because Mthoko just made all this mess. Maybe they want to bring a doctor or whoever who's going to explain the DNA, what we could done about what Mthoko said, and all those kind of things. And then they restructure the witnesses so that when they call them, they are all singing the same song. That's just how I look at it. I just feel like it.
Okay. No, we hear you.
Yes. Yeah. That was just all that I was thinking for now.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. You did a good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys, keep on pressing that like button. let us make it 200 and something while we're live. Just push it to 200. If you forgot, please press that like button. And if you forgot to subscribe and you need to subscribe, please subscribe. And as for that like button, we can change it now. I think maybe if you still want to think about subscribing, yes, but if you press that like button, just press it. Let us push this video. It's Friday today. I don't think anyone is cramped. Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello, how are you?
How are you? I'm well, thanks. How are you doing?
We are good.
Awesome. I am Dixon in the United Kingdom.
Okay, all the way.
Yes, all the way in the United Kingdom, but I'm South African.
Yes.
Yeah, ngesixhosa kuthiwa iya apho kufele khona ithole ngoku le case. I've got one point to make is that I'm very impressed by the collaboration and cooperation between all the defense lawyers. The council is doing well. Mshololo, I was so much impressed by Umnisi, the calmness, and his intelligence.
Yes.
He did a very good job.
Yes.
All of them, I just say kudos. Now we can see the direction. We know that sooner or later, this case will be concluded. Yes. And definitely somebody in the house is going to be arrested, in fact. Somebody that was in the house is going to be arrested. Yeah. That's my feeling.
No, we thank you. That's your feeling.
All right, then.
I like that. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Bye.
Again, everything said here is just allegations, anything. We don't know anything. We don't have any information. And it's a view of that person who called. All we do here is to give the platform, and we're enjoying talking to people. We see that we have a lot of... And welcome, Lufate. It's been a while. I haven't seen you on the Monterey side.
Lufate, welcome back.
By the way, those who are saying there is voicemail, hey guys, we are in South Africa here. South Africa has tendencies of doing such things because we have load shedding. Don't think that... You see us, we are live here, Emil.
Yes.
Can I tell them that we are on load shedding, by the way?
Yes, we are on load shedding.
Zanzi Reality, hello.
Hello, Mr. Anonymous.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
We are good.
Okay. I didn't get a chance to watch the court today, and I didn't get a chance. I just started now to listen to you guys. But I just saw a video on someone's WhatsApp status of Mshololo. Barking Ashapalito. Like, yeah, I don't know, was it to that guy, Twala guy, or was it to the judge? Are you aware of it, or did you talk about it?
Oh, the winking. It actually happened last year. It happened last year. No, she wasn't winking at the judge. I think she was winking at somebody.
Okay. Okay. No, I just saw it. I saw it on someone's status today, and I didn't get to watch today. So I'm like, hey, what was going on?
Yes.
I know it's going viral. It was from last year when she was... I don't know who she was winking at. She was busy cross-examining Tumelo. She was really enjoying cross-examining Utumelo, by the way. She enjoyed it.
Oh, all right. Okay. I'll watch this video tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Simpiwe, we see that you are trying to call us. I don't know which number you are trying to call us on, but let me just do justice by giving it to you. The WhatsApp number is 067-619-0343. And then we have the number where you want to call direct is 071-153-7006. That's the number, 071-153-7006. Thank you. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Nduniso.
Yes, Nduniso.
Yeah, I've been following this case now.
Yes.
khona into engiphazelayo la ukuthi if Mthoko was standing there watching these people kwenzeka lesa struggle sasilapha ngasemnyango ekhishini then there was a shot.
Yes.
Yena waphambana usenzo ezo eyangaphakathi endlini neyophuma.
Yes.
Okungumangazayo ukuthi why yena eyophuma kuwo lo mnyango lo oqhumeka kwisibhamu or maybe khona engakuzwanga kahle mina lapho. But ngizwa ngathi
sike sayicathulisa le ndaba izolo nenye insizwe ke yafona la ithi size sikhuluma sithi mhlambe ke insizwe ubiyithemba yabona kuneyinsizwe ezithemba ezatshelwa ukuthi ungabheke emva masiqhuma vele ubheke kusonqo ngiye ngayibeka kanjalo futhi phela insizwe enamandla lena insizwe engenawo reverse ibheke nje ngqo kuye.
It's so surprising, seriously. How can you go straight to where the gunshot was coming from when you go straight there and you open the door and you go out? It really doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
You guys, you're doing a very good job for enlightening us into about this case.
Thank you. Siyabonga.
No, thanks.
Yes. I have all the time. I have subscribed and please take my call. I don't. If I knew your number, okay. Now, Simpiwe, can you call before someone
Simpiwe.
else call? Because
Call now, fast, quick.
we are not taking the what do you call the calls based on that. But
No.
please call.
It's no order of importance.
There's no order of importance, but do call. We will take your number. I don't know where you're calling, whether WhatsApp or maybe. Then if you say you're calling on WhatsApp, maybe I'll take more of WhatsApp then, so that you eventually get in. But I don't know whether you're calling on the other side or that's where maybe it's not clear. But do call. Right now it's quiet.
Now I'm looking at this statement from Togo. The suspect was wearing a hoodie jacket and the hoodie was covering his head. I could see the dreadlocks protruding through the hoodie near his ears. So who was wearing a hoodie? The second or the first suspect? Why? I know he changed. He says he corrected it. But why?
Yeah.
Like, a lot is going on with Mthoko's statements. A lot.
Yeah, a lot is going on. A lot is going on.
And if he had a hoodie, how did you see the hat? You know, a lot is going on. And then he
they
corrects
ended up
it.
separating it, right? Other one was wearing a hat and the other one was wearing a hoodie.
Yes. Now the correction was made.
Yeah.
Years later. 2020, when was it? 2019, 2017?
Good evening, Mr. Anonymous and Emily. I cannot go through phone today. I'm worried about these statements. They keep changing. Why are the statements changing for one event, especially changing after 3 years? It does not make sense at all. Peace. Thank you very much. That is someone here. That is I don't know.
Here's another interesting thing. Remember Tumelo said that the second suspect, that's who Senzo was busy with.
Yeah.
And then pushed him to the wall. And then naye wafika wafaka ngesibhakela.
Yeah.
Tumelo said he came and he punched.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He didn't see that, Mthoko.
Zanzi Reality, hello.
Here's another interesting thing. Remember Tumelo.
Zanzi, hello.
Mr. Anonymous.
Yes, sir.
Yazi ndiyaphinda again. Uyabona ngubani le lawyer lo mfo lo umnyama.
Uroy.
Nxumalo.
Oh, we're talking about
Uroy.
The player.
No. Lawyer.
Oh, Advocate Nxumalo.
Lo be before Uroy. Lo be before Mshololo.
Oh yeah, it's Advocate Nxumalo. Who's it?
Yeah. That lawyer is so brilliant.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to put him at the end.
Okay. He's so brilliant. And he came up with effects.
Mm. Mm.
That guy, I think he's the one who made this witness to become, or I can say he's the one owenza ukuthi lo uTumelo abonakala ukuthi ukuphi. I was thinking ukuthi representa Mshololo, but when I saw Mshololo after him, then I was so surprised. Otherwise, that guy,
brilliant.
He's brilliant, my bro. I just want to tell if that guy, I like that guy.
Yes.
And if he's gonna continue, believe you me, those who are still coming, they are in a big shit. That's the only thing that I want to say.
Thank you. Let us give this other guy a chance because there's someone complaining here on comments. Thank you very much. Forgive us for the word. Certain words we might not like it, but that's how it is. I'm gonna call one person back, Emil, because I don't know now. People are saying they're not going through. Let me call this person back so that it doesn't look like we. Mzansi, hello.
Mzansi,
hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? You called Mzansi.
Yeah, there's still another caller.
Yeah, it's fine. It's me now. You are with me. You are the caller.
Yeah. Yes, I am the caller.
Yeah. Okay. You will call.
You want to say something about the case?
Yeah, I want to say something.
You can speak now. Shoot.
And try to get a position where we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So for me, in my mind, how am I observing this is that the two sisters, ne?
Yeah.
The way I look at them, it's like there's a beef. There's been like a beef since they were growing up. Ne? They've got this personality clash. And then what is going to happen is that they're going to turn against each other. And then how I look at it, Kelly killed Senzo. Ne? Because I read on Ziligazi's page that Kelly took insurance
insurance
policy.
You are going far. It's allegedly everything you said.
There's an allegation.
Yes,
there's an allegation.
Yeah.
You're going to she took like maybe a month or 2 months before Senzo's death. And then in my mind, it's like this was a setup, but now it didn't go well. So hence you see her working very hard to pay whoever. And then I think for now, as time goes on, she's going to have past liquidity problem. And you're going to see that's where they're going to crack. And then the sister is now married. And she will do anything with the as protect. She didn't do anything in Aga's load.
Yeah.
So that's how I see the whole thing, that the main culprit is this time nobody said anything.
Let me ask you something. Okay, no, I think I got it. The question is, if this was based on the policies, let's say it was, let's say maybe based on this allegation that you are putting here, but isn't it supposed to take time for that policy to activate? But then I remembered that we are talking about accidental cover, which normally doesn't have a wait time. If it's a shooting or whatever, it's an accidental cover. But again, it's an allegation. Everything.
No, those are allegations.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, but think about it. Let us put it in this way. Someone who is very close to you, And as women, when we have like an infant,
Yes.
you get so much attached to this man because this man is the father of your child, irrespective of whether you are married or not. And then this person like pass on. Then her mannerism, the way she was behaving, she didn't look like someone who was grieving really. I mean, we are Africans. Even to be driving around with the car the way they were, it doesn't make sense for me.
Some would argue that it's the modern times. I mean, we even saw it with Veiws.
Yeah.
It's the modern times.
Grief, it's got nothing, emotions have got nothing to do with the time. I mean, I'm someone who, like when I lost my father, it took me 3 years to grieve. You know, I went through all the stages and I didn't know why. I couldn't even explain. So for me, and I'm just thinking again to say, but after giving birth, you are so vulnerable. That time you just want this person next to you. Then, there's something, it doesn't like it.
Yeah, let us wait and see if it's going to unfold.
Yeah, let us just wait and see. But please take note of this. If I'm wrong, I'm going to call again to say that, oh, I was wrong. But in my mind, as a forensic auditor, for me, I would point my finger at that lady.
Yeah, based on
my bet is on that. My bet is on that lady. And then I'm putting on my, you know, they normally say auditors. This is a criminal case, by the way. It's not a financial crime case. They normally say there's something about my poise and my audit.
Look,
you are actually going to point at this person, and when you read on like those crime stories, I once read a book, but I was like a teenager. Evidence of love. This investigator that came in, it was friends that were fighting for a man, and then Batoluguti, they actually she actually killed this woman with an axe, and this investigator, as soon as he came in and look at this lady, he actually said,
okay.
Hello.
I think it's gonna end here. Yeah. Well, Kumalo Ketelo Kumalo. No. He's saying it's not. He's saying that it's not related to Kelly. No, we are not.
But we've all heard the descriptions of how much she is a strong.
No.
woman.
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm here.
No.
It's all about Ketelo. Ketelo, you can call. We are not ignoring your call because of your surname.
Of your surname. No,
yes,
you can
call through. It's just that it takes long. Some people have more to say.
Yeah.
Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Let's make it a minute each person. Okay. Mzansi, hello. Let's make it a minute. Mzansi, hello. Oh, it's happening. It's happening, Emily. Load shading is doing what it does best. Mzansi,
oh my God, especially with the WhatsApp calls.
Especially with the WhatsApp calls. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Mr. Nanas Ninjana.
Sikhona mfowethu njani?
Nathi siyaphila man. Ngicela ukulisana lapho Emily.
Yes. Ake sithi nqampu mfowethu sishaye manje be 1 minute bakhala laba bantu bathi sibavalela ngaphandle.
Dizame 38 times on the other line.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, man, mfutshane ne. I just wanted to
talk about lento bendiyibhale earlier apha WhatsApp.
Okay.
I understand into bangaba eziminyaka ihamba abantu they keep on bakhumbula izinto ezenzeka ngo-2014.
Yes.
It just doesn't make sense. I just think that ingathi nje olwabetho and yonke lento uphekwa kwale case it has to do with lento utshintsha kwestatement. That's just what I'm thinking. Maniphume ke Mr. Anonymous bavile nami bayakhala abantu.
Thank you very much for being considerate.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Asithathe omunye olandelayo maye khona because ngiyezwa abantu bayakhala bathi we are basically right. In a sense he's saying that why do you keep on remembering instead of your memory deteriorating? It seems as if yours is gaining more and you go back and rectify instead of it going backward, reducing, because that thing is lagging back. You keep on forgetting. In statistics, there's something called lag. What is this models? ARIMA's models, your ARIMA and whatnot, they have lags. You'll find that the variable of a lag that is further away from the history, it is less significant than a variable that is closer. So people they decay. It's in a decaying form, like it keeps on reducing. What is left behind become less significant as you go further. That's how it is. That is time series data. But that's a different story for another day. So let us remember to like and share the video as usual. And I'm trying to wait for people who are saying that maybe they didn't go through as you had the caller. It's been calling. Thank you for being with us and not giving up on us. We are trying, but guys, I'm telling you, believe in you, me, outside it is dark. We just have this special energy that we are pushing here. That's why you guys find us here. We are able to stream. But I'm telling you, if you go to my street or any street where we are right now in the office, it's dark. So we have load shedding in South Africa as usual. It's an order of the day. Probably it will. I don't even know when it will come back.
And it also affects the network.
Yeah, it does affect the network. We have done a lot of technology to actually be here. So, yeah, I think for me, guys, me just post here and then leave, basically. If there's no one who's calling now, no one who wants to have their share, but I want to make sure that everyone has been touched on. Thank you very much to everyone who was here. Alf Mash, I think. Lufate, welcome. Ketelo Kumalo, welcome. Sipiwe, actually, welcome. Bongmusa, welcome. And then we have Sizwe. And then we have a message here.
What does it
Which
say?
authority on earth tells the witness to open and free? Okay, Mzansi Reality, hello. Oh, we are back again. And then we have a message. I think, Emily, this is the cue to end.
We are listening to ourselves.
Yeah, it's a cue for me to say goodbye, guys. Enjoy your Saturday for those who are on Saturday.
Say Bill can stop me